I'm sorry, sir, but we cannot approve your loan application due to your appearance concerns. The 82-year-old veteran Harold Mitchell sits frozen as the young loan officer's words echo through the crowded First National Bank lobby. His weathered hands instinctively move to cover the burn scars that map half his face while other customers turn to stare. What they don't see is the small velvet box hidden in his jacket pocket containing a bronze star with valor. If you believe our veterans deserve better than this treatment, hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments what you think should happen next. This story will change how you see the heroes walking among us. Harold Mitchell had come to First National Bank that Tuesday morning with one simple dream. He wanted to open a small auto repair shop. Nothing fancy, just a place where he could work on cars and maybe hire a few young guys from the neighborhood. At 82, most people would think about retirement, but Harold's hands still worked fine. His mind was sharp. He had saved up $15,000 over the years, and he only needed a small loan to get started. The trouble started the moment he walked through the glass doors. The security guard looked him up and down with disgust. Harold was used to the stares. The left side of his face looked like melted wax. The scars ran from his temple down to his neck. His left ear was mostly gone. People always stared. He walked up to the customer service desk. The young woman behind the counter took one look at him and stepped back. "Can I help you?" she said, but her voice was cold. "I need to apply for a business loan," Harold said quietly. She pointed to a row of chairs. "You'll need to wait for Mr. Thompson. He handles those applications." Harold sat down. Other customers kept looking at him and whispering. A mother pulled her child closer when the boy stared too long. An elderly woman moved to a different seat. After 20 minutes, a man in an expensive suit walked over. This was Mr. Thompson, the loan officer. He was maybe 35, with perfect hair and smooth skin. He looked at Harold like he was looking at something dirty. "Mr. Mitchell, is it?" Thompson said, not offering to shake hands. "Come with me." They walked to a small office in the back. Thompson sat behind his desk but left Harold standing. "So you want a loan?" Thompson said, looking at Harold's paperwork. "I see you have some savings. But I have to tell you, this bank has standards." Harold felt his chest tighten. "What kind of standards?" Thompson leaned back in his chair. "Look, Mr. Mitchell, I'm going to be honest with you. This is a family bank. We serve respectable people in this community. Having someone with your condition representing our bank as a business owner would not be appropriate." Harold stared at him. "My condition?" Thompson gestured at Harold's face. "Let's not pretend we don't know what we're talking about here. People don't want to do business with someone who looks like that. It's bad for everyone." Harold's hands started to shake. "I have good credit. I have savings. I've never been late on a payment in my life." Thompson shook his head. "That's not really the point, is it? This is about image. About what's good for the community." Harold stood up slowly. The room felt hot. The bank was about helping people, wasn't it? About judging people by their character. "I'm sorry," Mr. Thompson said, but he wasn't sorry at all. His voice was getting louder. "Maybe you should consider a different line of work. Something where you don't have to deal with the public so much." Harold turned to leave, but Thompson wasn't finished. And honestly, Thompson continued, his voice carrying beyond the office. "I don't think you understand how business works in the real world. People want to feel comfortable. They want to trust the people they're dealing with. And when someone looks like they've been in some kind of accident." Harold stopped walking. Something hot and angry was building in his chest. It had been building for 60 years. He turned around. Other people in the bank were starting to listen. The conversation was getting loud enough for everyone to hear. "What exactly are you trying to say, Mr. Thompson?" Thompson stood up. confident now. He had an audience. I'm saying that this bank has a responsibility to its customers. We can't just approve loans for anyone who walks in here, especially not when they might scare away business. The lobby had gone quiet. Everyone was listening now. Harold could feel their eyes on him. You think I would scare people away? Harold asked. Thompson shrugged. Look at yourself, Mr. Mitchell. Be realistic. Would you want to take your car to someone who looks like that? Harold felt something break inside him. 60 years of stares. 60 years of whispers. 60 years of people crossing the street when they saw him coming. I got these scars in Korea, Harold said. His voice was steady, but loud enough for everyone to hear. I was 22 years old. I was trying to save my friends. Thompson rolled his eyes. I'm sure you have some story, but that doesn't change the facts. This is business, not charity. Harold reached into his jacket pocket. His fingers found the small velvet box he always carried. He had never shown it to anyone except his wife, and she had been gone for 10 years. The lobby was completely silent now. Even the tellers had stopped working. On November 15th, 1952, Harold said, I was a corporal in the 7th Infantry Regiment. We were near the Chosin Reservoir. The Chinese had us surrounded. Thompson looked annoyed. Mr. Mitchell, I don't see how this is relevant to your loan application. Harold opened the velvet box. Inside was a bronze star with a blue ribbon. The metal caught the light from the ceiling. My squad was trapped in a bunker that caught fire. Harold continued. The Chinese were throwing grenades. The whole place was burning. My sergeant ordered us to leave the wounded behind and retreat. The bank was so quiet you could hear the air conditioning humming. I refused to leave, Harold said. I went back 3 times. I pulled out 5 men. The roof collapsed on the 4th trip. That's when I got burned. Thompson's face had gone pale. He sat back down. Harold held up the medal. This is a bronze star with valor. They don't give these out for nothing. They give them to people who risk their lives to save others. An old man in the lobby stood up. He was wearing a veteran's cap. He walked over to Harold. What unit were you with, soldier? The old man asked. 7th Infantry, Harold said. Frozen Chosen. The old man's eyes filled with tears. He saluted Harold. My brother was at Chosen. You boys saved a lot of lives. Harold saluted back. Then he turned to Thompson. You want to know what scares people, Mr. Thompson? Harold said. It's not scars. It's cowardice. It's judging people by how they look instead of who they are. Thompson was trying to speak, but no words came out. I saved 5 men that day, Harold continued. I carried them through fire. I got burned so bad the doctors didn't think I would live. But I lived, and I came home. And I've been dealing with people like you ever since. The veteran in the lobby started clapping. Then a woman joined him. Then another person. Soon half the bank was clapping. Harold put the medal back in the box. I don't want your loan, Mr. Thompson. I don't want anything from a bank that judges people by their scars. He turned to leave, but a voice called out from behind him. Mr. Mitchell. Please wait. Harold turned around. An older man in a navy blue suit was walking toward him. His hair was gray, and he had kind eyes. I'm Robert Henderson, the man said. I'm the president of this bank. I heard what just happened. Harold looked at him suspiciously, and Henderson turned to Thompson. You're fired, he said simply. Clean out your desk and leave. Thompson's mouth fell open. But sir, I was just following bank policy. There is no policy like that at this bank, Henderson said. There never has been. You were following your own prejudices. Henderson turned back to Harold. Mr. Mitchell, I want to personally apologize for what happened here today. This bank has always been proud to serve our veterans. My own father served in World War II. Harold didn't know what to say. Henderson continued. I want to offer you that loan. No, I want to offer you a better deal. We'll give you the full amount you need at our best interest rate. And we'll waive all the fees. Harold looked around the lobby. People were still watching. Some were crying. But more than that, Henderson. "Sud, I want to ask you a favor. Would you be willing to let us put a picture of you and your medal in our lobby? I want people to know that this bank is honored to serve heroes like you." Harold felt his throat tighten. In 60 years, no one had ever called him a hero in public. People whispered about his scars, but no one ever talked about what caused them. He looked at the bronze star in his hand. Then he looked at all the faces in the lobby. These people weren't staring at him with disgust anymore. They were looking at him with respect. "I'd be honored," Harold said. Henderson smiled. "The honor is ours, Mr. Mitchell. The honor is ours." 6 months later, Harold's auto repair shop was the busiest in town. And in the lobby of First National Bank, there was a large photograph of Harold Mitchell holding his Bronze Star, with a sign that read, "We are proud to serve our veterans. Sometimes the people who look different are the ones who have given the most."